This is my last resort.
Well, looks like we have the official trailer now. And that junk has lots of stuff shown in it. So let's dive in. Looks like Dante is going to be hunted down by a devil hunting organization which is called Darkcom. And it's led by this shady looking guy, which probably is Arkham. The only thing left to fully confirm it's him is to take off those damn glasses and see if he actually has the same eye color as Lady. White Rabbit seems to have found a Force Edge, kind of like a gallery or a museum, which is kind of weird because Force Edge is supposed to be like this legendary weapon and it's just laying in a goddamn museum. He also seems to have the amulets of Dante and Virgil. So pretty much White Rabbit is doing what Arkham did in DMC 3 and open up the Hellgates. Also, interesting detail for White Rabbit is that he's wearing Virgil's blue amulet on his ascot. And he moves like crazy and deflecting bullets and shit. Almost like Virgil-esque. Could this be potentially Virgil in disguise as the White Rabbit, or did he just took that from Virgil later in the story? I don't know, we'll see. Putting Visionary Mind is kinda crazy to put there, I'm not gonna lie to ya. That definitely gonna piss off some people. Agni, Rudra, Echidna, Plasma, and Cavalier has finally showed up together. I know this show is set on an alternate universe. It's just weird seeing demons from different games mashed up in here. Hopefully there's some sort of like good lore explanation instead of just like, oh, big demons showed up because the gates of hell just opened. Like, come on, like make them at least tie into like the game lore, you know, even though they are not connected. But hey, that's probably just me though. Also, I'm not feeling that Agni and Rudra design. They should not have heads. That was the point of their design in DMC 3, is that their heads are the sword pommel. And I guess same thing can be said to the other new demons. Their designs doesn't really hold up compared to like the actual demons in the games. They don't look like demons. Or maybe that's the point. Maybe they're like hybrid experimentation, like something would Agnes do. Oh shit, maybe this is like a good tie-in to Agnes. Well, hopefully those guys are like experiments or something. That would be kind of cool. Oh yeah, that demon from the opening, he finally showed up here. I still don't know who that demon is. I'm pretty sure that's a new demon. That's definitely not Cerberus, and I don't see Gilgamesh in that design. Unless it's like, you know, a complete redesign. But for now, I'll probably consider that as a new demon. We also got a few frames of Mundus. It looks almost the same as it was in DMC 1. And I assume this is probably a flashback or maybe a post-credit scene. I don't know. You finally get to see Lady in action. Finally get why she's wearing that battle armor thingy now, since she's a part of the Darkcom organization. Probably like a part of the Spec Ops or maybe like one of the elites on their group. You can see other hunters wearing that same uniform. And if it really is Arkham leading that Darkcom group, then she's working for her dad if that's the case. Now, we don't know if she's just playing as a double agent due to her being aware of what her dad really is, or like, you know, knowing his true intentions, or she's actually has no idea that her dad is a sick and it's gonna be a crazy revelation for her. So I kind of like that, if that's the case. Alright, enough about Arkham. Let's hope we get to see some good dynamic between Dante and Lady. That little shirt rip scene is already pretty good in my eyes. So I hope we get to see more. We might get to see the Underworld or Hell this time, I guess. We got a few little glimpses of this very hellish landscape with demons around. I probably assume White Rabbit will travel to the demon world since he seems to exit out of a portal that has green colors to it. And it looks similar to this other shots right here. So that could be like, you know, a portal to the demon world. This one ain't nothing big, but I love seeing Dante save people. I know some people see Dante as someone who doesn't really care about humans, but f that. I see Dante as someone who is actually kind and cares about humanity. So I love seeing him do shit like this. Maybe those kids in the back will think Dante's a superhero after pulling that cool move. You know, that's really wholesome to me, and I would like to see that more in DMC. Also, since we are talking about Dante, I like that we got a few shots of him being serious and not just all the wacky woohoo pizza man that most people see him as. I hope we get more scenes that touch more upon Dante's other side that we usually don't see, which is his trauma of losing his mother and also his brother. We also get to see Dante do a devil trigger, or at least like a pre-Devil Trigger, I guess. He only has the red eyes, which is kind of similar to the reboot Devil Trigger. So yeah, I don't think this is like his actual Devil Trigger yet, but we'll see. Action scenes look pretty smooth and well choreographed to me. It even got those neat little details that shows off Dante's gameplay moveset, like Trickster, Round Trip, Rainstorm, but DMC2 style, Cavalier / the DMC3 motorcycle. I know, some of them are kinda stretched, but hey, it looks cool and it reminds me some of the moves from the games, okay? What am I forgetting? Oh, right, VERGIL. Yes, the big cheese himself. So far, I got no problems with his design. It looks like a mashup of DMC4 and DMC5 VERGIL. And I guess the amulet being on his ascot is kinda cool too, I guess. I'm also glad that they didn't forget one important thing from VERGIL that DMC5 seems to lack, and it's that little bangs he got. Okay, the spoiler I'm talking about is definitely about the show, not from the games. Do not confuse that. This is like 5 months ago during like a Lightbox Expo event, and Adi Shankar revealed like a few scenes, and one of those scenes include VERGIL that is actually connected to the one that we saw in the trailer today. So if you don't want to get spoiled, just skip whatever timestamp I put there and move on. So the VERGIL that we saw in the trailer is actually just an illusion or a fake created by the plasma. You know how plasma works, you know, they mimic something. But that's all I've read about it. There is definitely more information on that post that I found, because it was like an actual full-on scene, like a diner scene pretty much. And I only get to read like the second like paragraph or something. So if you want the nitty-gritty details, I'll drop the link in the description. And no, this ain't no fake rumors and stuff. That's actually what has been shown in an actual panel event, which people can't record, so there's no footage about it. Not gonna lie, I kind of regret knowing about the information, but hey, you know, if you're here, hey, we're on the same boat now. Alright, we're done with the spoiler talk. I hope you did not listen to that if you really want to watch this show blind. Alright, back to VERGIL. Unfortunately, we don't have Dan Southworth voicing VERGIL for this show. Apparently, it's Robbie Damon. If you play Persona 5, that's Akechi's voice actor. And he also did lots of other popular roles too. Even Lady got a different voice actor, which is Scott Taylor Compton. Pretty much, Johnny is like the only returning cast in this anime. I guess we all need to get used to these new voices in the anime. But when you think about it, I guess it's easier to warm up to these voices when the DMC cast is, you know, relatively still very young, you know, for this season or arc. So I think it kind of fits, you know, in a weird way. But still, you know, I do miss, you know, the OGs, you know, Ruben, Daniel, come on now. Also, apparently Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, did a voice for a new character named VP Baines. Thanks to Danny for sharing this info on Twitter. So that's pretty crazy that he's in this show too. Not sure who VP Baines though. Maybe like a fake alias for Arkham, or maybe an entirely new character. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, I can't forget to talk about the music they used for the trailer. Papa Roach. I guess we really are sticking to like new metal or alternative metal, huh? Can't blame Ari, that's one of the most staple genres in the early 2000s. But hopefully it's not just gonna be like all new metal bands or alternative metal bands in its entire soundtrack. I would like to see original tracks too. Whether that be entirely original, just like something we've heard on the alley fight scene, or it's a complete remix on existing DMC tracks. Like, there's so many of them. You can literally just copy and paste those and it would still work. But, you know, a remix is fine too. Alright, I guess in conclusion, from what I've seen from the first teaser to the current official trailer, I'd say I'm excited for the show. And probably won't watch any trailers or clips after this one. Also, I know not everybody is excited for this one. Some even straight up hate it, which is understandable. Especially, you know, Netflix doesn't really have a good record on doing anime stuff. And because of Adi Shankar too, you know, not everybody is really on board with him. But I don't know. I guess we'll all have to wait this April and see if it's actually good or not. So far, my only gripes are the generic looking Father Demon designs and probably like the VA changes, and you know, I need to like get used to that. And kinda, you know, the little joke that Dante did on the alley clip too. I think
the joke kind of dragged on a little bit. I really don't mind, you know, the self-aware joke type of thing, but it did feel like it was dragging the scene a lot longer than it should be. But other than that, I think I'm cool with everything. So, what do you think? Are you even more excited after watching the trailer? Or do you hate it even more? Or are you in the middle ground? Let me know in the comments. And see ya.